Welcome back, everyone. Drake Hawkins with again for some more Surviving Mars. I'm so glad that you are joining me for another episode of this nonsense and crazy. There is a whole lot of things. I'm going to do a quick review, and then there's a whole lot of things I want to cover from comments. I haven't had a chance to sit down and go through the comments on a recording, so I'd like to do that now, if you guys will bear with me for a good 5 minutes or so as we look at that. Oh, that is a beautiful... That thing's ridiculous. I love it. Looks like the new SpaceX rocket that's being built. Anyways, before we get started, if you're enjoying the series, please hit that like button. It helps me out. And if you haven't already joined the clan, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more great content. So that's our little jump shuttle hub for being Paradox. I love it. Okay, so we're sitting right in the middle of a cold wave. No, that would be a lie. We're sitting right at the beginning of a ridiculously long cold wave. We have a meteor storm in 2 sols in 6 hours, and we are one, count them, a whopping 1 electronics available right now. We are making at a rate of 1 per sol with entirely 8 staff operating. Yikes. This thing has been repaired recently. That's why we're down to 1. What else needs electronics? That's 1. So this is a single electronic repair. I think nothing else there is. We have some polymers repair, but those are fine. Living quarters. That's not a fancy living quarters. The food thing is off. You probably take electronics. You do. So you're going to be top priority. This is going to be lowest priority. I don't know if that's actually going to mess with where people are working. If it's going to force them away from that work spot, I'm not sure. If that's the case, I suppose it's alright to keep them working. Oh boy, lots and lots to do. So, we're working towards building a tunnel that'll come over here. So I'm going to start addressing... I love these drone hubs being autonomous. I'm going to start addressing a couple key issues that need attention. Definitely need attention. We got some stuff prepped here. We haven't actually built any of it except for that guy. So that is kind of our zone that we have to be in, which is fine because it'll cover the metals extractor. But I'm going to go through some of my notes here about comments and try to address as many as I've got listed here. It's nowhere near all of it. You guys have been absolutely amazing and really interactive, and I love it. And I hope I can cover some of the topics. If there's stuff that I'm still missing, please do let me know. First things first, let's pause that dome because a very valid, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but Eloith, metal near the new dome. A couple people may have commented on that, I think, at this point, but this dome is sitting on top of the metal. I thought, that's good, that's fine, it's right close, it'll work, but there's a problem. This metal extractor, will it be in the dome? Let's see. This is the issue. It has to be within radius of this guy in order to actually be workable, and not off in the cold, so he doesn't get like I'm in the cold zone, I get damage. He's got to be here, so the blue covers the metal. But if the blue covers the metal, the white, which is the dust, will cover the dome. So we're going to be hit with massive dust issues on that dome. Let's delete that one, see if we can delete this one and shuffle it over. I'm not sure. I know they piled a bunch of stuff there. It's not actually work that has been done yet. So that was our medium dome. Now it can go definitely over quite a ways. This is alright. If we do... I forget how I prioritize that. I think the services need to come down like that. Now, if we place that baby right there, it's covered. Yes. And it'll be close enough to that. That's fine. Do we fit another one in there still? We can definitely put another one in there, but it's going to get hit by that extractor if we do. Maybe. Yet that would have to bring this guy right up top here, which would work. That would work. This extractor could be moved as long as he's within At least a tile's radius of that. Okay, this is a little bit of more shuffling than I anticipated, but I think it'll work. We can bring this over to really anywhere that counts. Anywhere that connects, that keeps him partially in there and doesn't have the dust hitting. Good. Now, let's see about building that metals extractor in a place that doesn't cause problems. Yes. Lovely. If we build him, let's see, there. No, that's going to hit the dome. That, I don't think will hit the dome. I don't think that'll hit the dome. I wonder if we should maybe try one tile further away. No working drone command. It has to be close enough to... building it requires colonist activity. I thought for a second there that it was... Yeah, that actually counts. That technically counts as being close enough to not... or to get the access for the people. I think maybe down this way, though. A little bit closer walking distance. No, that dumps dust on it. Too far from drone commander. Okay. We don't want that. I don't want to be too far from the drone commander, so it has to be at least on that line. That's no resource. That's where it's going to have to sit right there. Wonder if I can tuck this over one more tile. If that's the case, I think we have got something here. I don't know that that counts now. Probably not. Lots of finicky fun today. Okay, that's in tile range there. I do need to turn this, though. It was supposed to be rotated differently. Because I want... do I? Yeah, I want the services to connect. Yeah. Whoops, not the map. That, delete that, build again. Okay, I think we've got this solved. I want that output to be on this side. We can bring him to there. That still fits properly along here then, right? Lovely. We can even do that. Perfect, nice and out of range. Then we'll just shuffle him over by one tile, and I think we got this sorted. 6 billion years later, we're all good. Okay, that can go right there. Everything's in range. Yay! Excellent. Okay, so that is problem one solved. The second is related to a couple of them. The tech on this triboelectric scrubber. The triboelectric scrubbers cost 5 electronics, 11.3 metals with our bonus tech. Emits pulses that reduce the dust accumulated on buildings in its range. That is pretty awesome. If we bring that to... like, I don't know the priority tag on this. These are getting expensive, right? These are really expensive techs. Like, 10K is a lot when it's 750 we're making right now. So we got to get that new dome up with some new tech. I'm going to put it at the bottom. I know it's important, but it's a 13,500 tech. I really, really want the new dome to have a medical center with the holographic scanning, because between those two and a nuclear fusion and some moisture vaporators, I'll feel a lot better about how things are rolling by then. We only have 85 million on us, so that covers those two. What else? That was Architect Realities, and Nick Chan asked about the triboelectric scrubber. We're talking about it. Thank you so much, guys. Davey, you asked about the shape of the barrel domes, so I'm not going to be using one. But I will pop that up there for you and give you a sample. This is that's the dome for the barrel dome, so it covers kind of the edge of this rock to, let's say, I don't know, right about there. Okay. And then if we switch to checking that compared to the small dome, which I believe is what you were looking for, yeah, it definitely extends the range. You see that? It's got the same distance from the, like, it's a six-sided, it's an even hexagonal shape. This one is an elongated hexagonal shape. And it looks like it might even be wider. If we rotate that so that it's, well, we can't. But that's about centered on it. It's less on the left, less on the right, and is it less on the top and bottom as well? Maybe by a tile or two. So yeah, it is. It is yeah, it's by one tile distance on these edges where the long is, and then it extends whatever distance, same distance from this point to the outside here. So it is definitely a larger coverage area. Interior wise, I think it holds one, or I think it's maybe these two small ones that it's increased by, but most importantly, it has no spire. So that's an important thing to note. So thanks for that feedback. I hope that helped. The auto transport tech, Feta Chan, you asked about that most recently. You're not the only one. Like 6 billion people have asked about that. It's 3,000 research, so I'm thinking in lieu of the number of you that have begged for that to be fixed, now that just bumped the Tribal Electric Scrubber off, so I got to put that back on the list at some point. But I don't want something that's going to hog a bunch of electronics, probably electronics repair. And if you can fill me in on that, if it is an electronics repair, that will reduce the viability of it at this point. But I don't want to put in a big thing that costs a ton of electronics when we can't produce the electronics. But then if it's on, we could put like one of these, as long as they're overlapping, they'll clean each other, and they could cover anything in the area and hopefully reduce them. So at least non-great dust storms, they should be able to keep things from requiring maintenance outside the base. So that would be pretty darn huge. All right. You win. You win. All right, we'll put that in. We'll get the medical, and then we'll get the upgrade for the medical center. Okay. All right, it is hugely expensive, but we got a rover AI that'll make me feel good by having a 3K tech in there. So there you go, guys. You get what you want sometimes. Okay, so a question by Michael. No, it wasn't Michael Smith. That was Ryan Smelly. Ryan, you had asked. I streamed some of this game yesterday, and you ended up getting a rocket named after yourself for suggesting the ridiculous thing. Well, you didn't. I don't know if you suggested it, but anyways, about doing some of the stream on that. So you got a rocket named after you in the stream. If you missed it, check it out on twitch.tv/clan Hawkins. Now, the smaller versus larger housing. Okay, so you're asking why I'm using these small ones. One, because I can fit it there. Two, this space is planned to be used for the farm, and it is now the farm. I didn't mean to have it built until it was actually needed. And I have a small electric factory in here. So the big deal is this triangle is broken up by having a passage come into it. That's the price you pay for them. So these ones that have the passage touching, you can only use medium-sized structures. So this would be a one tile, a small. That would be, to me, a medium, and that would be a large. So that's the short and long of it. Got to really micromanage the insides of your bases, I think. Power and water switches have been mentioned by many people. If I didn't mention by name who it was, apologize, but so many comments about it, and it is, to me, a great idea, but there's one problem in my mind. I haven't quite wrapped my brain around the value of that. Yes, if I can cut off, say, a section that has, say if there was a leak or a power shortage over here, that would be useful to cut that off, but I can't cut off power while they repair a leak to an area that's essential. So I can't cut off power to any of these essential services or the domes or the main primary center or the power system. It may be the way I've got my base built that makes it not ideal. So if you guys have specifics like, hey, put one right here to the right of this or whatever, that would make sense to me. But if there's, yeah, I mean, we can't cut power to here or everything else down here goes. If we cut power anywhere from here all the way to here, everything is gone because this is our power source. So I'm uncertain of the validity of that in this particular instance. Tabalco, you mentioned an interesting ratio, 150 times in this particular setting because of the crazy duration of our cold waves and stuff. And I can let some time go here, at least in slow mode. Look at them go when they're on slow. That's slow mode. Can I even follow you? Nope, you're gone. They're so quick. Yeah, wild. Look at them. There we go. And they do they even land? I guess they do, yeah. Sort of. That's awesome. They just bounce around like little crazies. And then he reverses for a landing burn. Man, that would be some serious fuel consumption. That was just to move a couple pieces of metal. Anyways, they're moving a ton of stuff. I love them. Look at that. It just makes the base look ridiculously better. Okay, what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, yes, ratios. So with these crazy long cold waves, 6 sols is a lot. It's basically 25 hours per sol. So 6 sols would be, if my math and his math is correct, 150 hours of duration. So this cold wave has to be able to basically... scanned. A cold wave or the great dust storms and whatnot. Our backup supplies, if we wanted to exclusively use backup, if we shut off power during a dust storm, for instance, would we have enough power? How much power would we need in order to manage the business of the base? Oxygen and water are probably better ones. Water demand right now is 6.5. Oxygen demand is 1.2. So in the oxygen demand case, we need 150 times 1.2. Right, so that's 180 oxygen we would need stored in order to be able to shut our oxygen off entirely when a storm happens, which is what happens every time this Moxie's shut down by a dust storm. So we do have plenty of storage for that. I always have lots of O2 storage. We have 400 of them. Water, we don't have quite as good of a deal because it's the demand is 6.5 and even higher in some cases. So we're gonna need a lot more. We would need a lot more storage than the 500 that we've got capacity right now. 500 storage, 600 storage, 600 storage. But all of them are in the heat radius. Now we could possibly bring the heat radius down. No, it's already at the bottom. 3 hexes is the minimum. So that one's only using 1.6 power. Those are super efficient if you can build them. They take only metals to maintain, and they really improve the longevity or the functionality and the power drain of little nodes like that. Let's see. Anything that's connected to a dome, you have to cover the central tile of that dome in order to count as heating it. This counts. 1 tile less would not heat this zone. So this one cannot be reduced any. And this one over here could be reduced if we would sacrifice these buildings being heated, or this building being heated, which, all in all, that wouldn't be a bad thing. So we're in a heat wave. If we drop that by, you know, down to only covering, say, the essential buildings, like if that even was enough, we would save a ton of power, right? That might be the way to go with power management. We aren't really utilizing too much power, though. I mean, these guys could be turned on, or amplified, rather. That could be a thing we could do. Is this on? This is not on. We've got it shut off because we don't want people hanging out in the cold. That's the reality there. So, I think I'm okay with the power as is. These guys are... I mean, we're maintaining our machine parts. We got to really manage the next dust storm to make sure we don't blow through them, but I think I'm okay with keeping this thing from freezing. If it did freeze, we would definitely have big issues. Let's see if that'll warm this guy up. On the slow mode, it seems to take quite a while to... there we go. And you are warmed? You are. Okay. So it only really needs 1 tile to be touching. I love that about these buildings. Anything touching counts except for domes. Domes need the center tile. So, this looks like they're getting... Oh, it looks like they're getting stuff done here too, right? No, they're not. Good. Shut that one off. We don't want that. We do not want that built. And I don't want that built yet either. We also don't want that built. Good. It's off. This guy, however, I think is going to be... That's our connection for our resources. So this going online isn't going to be valid until we actually have that taken care of. I would like to get our electronics and machine parts up. Our electronics are not great because probably primarily needing engineers, and we are focusing on engineers. Only one shift.
Sector scanned.
Thank you. Sector scannings. This meteor storm's location will make a big, huge difference. If we get it on the base, we're done. If we don't, we should survive. Basically, it's a hit and miss. I have no idea where it's going to land, and if it lands on us, we are hooped. We won't be able to maintain anything, really. That'll rip through all of our machine parts. We're making just slightly over double our demand of machine parts per day, or maintenance, rather, of machine parts per day. It says 2.6 last, so we made 3. Okay. Food is still cranking along really awesomely. We have no specialists working on that. So, one more thing. We're getting near the end of the video, but I'd just like to say to Ralph that you absolutely have to admit you love my stupid accents. I don't care if they're German, or if they're Scottish, or if they're anything else. You just love them. I know you do, lad. So there.
Sector
so quit your complaining, lad. That's all I got to say to you, Ralph. Emperor of Germany, or whatever you are. Thanks for the support there, guys. I really do appreciate it. All the comments have been fantastic. Channel has blasted high numbers subscribers for my channel. Like, my channel's been, it's been a small, slow growth. Working on it every day, trying to keep things rolling with it and real life. Unfortunately, it's still at this point where it takes second place, but seriously, the support you guys have given and the feedback and the attention this channel has gotten because of received, good English please, due to this series and the Dawn of Man series that's out, a number of other things just all coming together to really make things fantastic. This has no cargo and is ready to land. Go for the landing, sirs. Absolutely fantastic. I can't say absolutely enough. No, I can't say thank you enough for all the support you guys have shown. I do appreciate that, and please don't stop now. Building has been depleted. Okay, this is entirely out. All right, let's shut her down then. Get her out of there. We will get that out of there, and we will probably take this. Yeah, this. No, that can stay. Yeah, excellent. So then we can get rid of all these power lines. All of that is redundant. Yeah, so thank you everybody for the immense support. The channel is now well over 1,000 subscribers. I know people love advertisements, so that's why I wanted to make sure we get to 1,000 so we could monetize it for you guys, because you love all those pop-up advertisements at the beginning, right? No. It is going to be monetized over the next month or so, provided they will accept the application. A new trade opportunity. More food for polymers? Yes, please. Who needs a polymers factory when you have India? Yeah, so channel is going to be monetized over the next month. I thank you all for making that a possibility for us. It's not big money by any stretch, but a few bucks every couple months will really make a difference for the channel and for life in general here. I'm by no means a multi-billionaire that can afford building planetary bases. Oh no, stop, wait a second, you creatures of beauty. I don't want you to finish this, guys. I really don't want any of you to finish this work. I just about made a catastrophic boo-boo. If I can interrupt their build, that would be stellar. Can I? Is this stopping? Stop. Nobody else is doing anything? Okay, good. Phew. Okay, this needs to go online then. That's going to be our next... No, it does not. We only have 19 machine parts. We'll have to hopefully buy some more or make some more machine parts, I guess? I don't know. But anyways, that is up in operation. Yeah, so I was saying it is going to help, and it'll just be a nice thing to be able to show the missus, hey, all the time and patience you've been having with me paid off a little bit, and it'll be nice to show that, show that it's worth something to it, and maybe in the future we can build an epic channel here together. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking around, and this has been a very odd sort of an episode in the series, but I want to say thank you to you all for the reaching 1,000 and the outrageous number of comments and support and feedback we've been getting. I love it. I appreciate it. I thank you so much. And as always, we'll see you in game.